This episode of the Awesome Hour is brought to you by Concept Beard Co. Put it in your beard. Beard oils and bombs, handcrafted for the discerning gentleman. Go to conceptbeard.com and use awesome at checkout and save yourself 10%.
Hey, on today's episode, we got Alex Fortin here. He's back. He wanted to come back, so he's back. Hit the drop.
Welcome to the Awesome Hour.
I am the smartest man alive!
This is the source for all the things you didn't or even want to know, including all our bad life choices and mistakes, so you can stay awesome.
The Awesome Hour.
Hey, what's up? This is episode 165 of the Awesome Hour, and I'm Alec.
This is Jean-Michel Ivan.
And we're joined today by not Casper, the friendly ghost who raps on the internet, but we're joined by
Alex Fortin, the comedian who tells jokes on the internet.
substantially different but equally awesome. Just in case Casper's listening, I'm really glad you're here, though, Alex. How's it going, man?
Good.
Hey, I'm gonna start this off by saying thank you for wanting to come back on the show.
Yeah, no worries.
You're a repeat customer now. We got your business.
That's right.
You're one of us. You get the tattoo now.
That's why you guys won 2017 winner Metro Edmonton Community
We shut
Choice.
that shit down.
because
We're award winning.
because you guys are the kind of podcast where guests want to come back.
I got a new soundbite.
That's funny but incredibly sad. Hey, I feel like an asshole. How are you, man?
Good. I'm good.
That's
I
good.
don't feel like an asshole.
Oh, I'm feeling like an asshole for a whole bunch of different reasons, but you're back. So, Phyllis, like, what's going on? I didn't really have a whole lot of time to figure out what the fuck's going on in your life, so why don't you catch us up?
Oh, dude, so much. This has been my whole life has been very different in the last since literally I recorded the album. Whole bunch of stuff has changed. I started dating this girl, I think, right before or right after I came on the podcast.
Was it
you
the
were-
same chick that was helping you out and everything in the beginning? She did some shit for you or something?
No, not the one that you wrote the material about.
No, not
this
that
is
one.
a new chick.
Yeah.
No material about her yet.
No, not yet.
I want to talk
Soon,
about that
man.
after, though.
Little
So,
does she know.
you recorded your album, Talking Reckless.
Yeah.
How was that, dude?
Dude, it was so fun. So it was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was super fun. I had an audience that was there to knowingly hear horrible, awful jokes because it was
Horribly awesome jokes,
Yeah.
as they say in the biz.
Exactly.
So you did two shows. You did
Yeah.
a exact same set. Two
Not
different.
really.
No, you switched it
No,
up.
I did end up. So, yeah, we had some last minute. Well, I did some last minute artistic shit because I felt like it.
Because you're an artist. Look it
Yeah.
up, Brenda.
Yeah, get out of here, Brenda, with your shit. Comedy is art, all right? We just want the grant money. We don't care what you call us.
So you switched it up on the fly.
Yeah, well, sort of. I ended up doing, there was a collection of jokes that I was we ended up selling out the Late Show. So
Yeah.
all my friends started asking me, they're like, well, which show should I go to? Which show should I go to? And I was like, honestly, the Late Show is going to be a bit more rowdy and I can go drink afterwards and
We'll celebrate.
yeah, so it's going to be a big thing, come to the Late Show. So I ended up inviting all of my friends to the Late Show.
Yeah.
So it ended up selling out with just a bunch of the boys and a couple guys that I went to elementary school with that
That's
were
awesome,
my
man.
brother's age ended up coming out and
Yeah.
they've come out to a few shows since and they're awesome dudes and I hadn't seen them since I was 12, so that was dope.
Dude, comedy, bringing people together.
Yeah, so that was really cool and a bunch of other stuff. So we ended up selling out the Late Show to just a bunch of dudes that I knew were gonna be fun. And then my parents bought tickets to the early show, both my parents separately, and then my family friends growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that I kept it super PG or anything, but it was just maybe I don't have to say cunt in that sentence.
As hard or emphasize the cunt. Maybe I just say cunt instead of cunt.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then I also just told a couple longer stories
Yeah.
in that one that were about my family specifically or they were
You played to the audience.
yeah.
Hey,
So-
Mom, I'm looking at you. This story's about you.
Yeah, I did
Gotcha.
do that. So there's a couple stories that were only on the first show that made it on the album.
Yeah.
And there's a whole encore bit that was in the second show only that is the real.
So did you get your fingers in the mix? Did you get to make the dough that is Talking Reckless? Or did you hand off the shows to somebody and they cut it together? How does that work?
That was actually really cool. So it was this whole thing was just me kind of giving it a shot.
Yeah.
More than anything.
But
so,
it sounds like you Kobe'd it.
Yeah.
From the 3-point line, my friend.
we
Yeah.
did all right. So I was gonna get it like professionally edited. So the guys that did the recording, also were like, okay, well, we can do editing. This is our fee. And then there's a guy. He's a comedian. He just started doing comedy about a year ago. He's an awesome dude. He's a good comedian. And he's like, well, I can do like editing. He's really good at it. He's like a musician, and he's been doing editing for a while. I think he went to school for it.
Okay.
And he was like, dude, what you're asking to do is literally just like cut times and then like blend tracks. He's like,
Yeah.
it's super easy to do. Don't bother paying for it. Like, I'll just help you out.
Yeah, just like when you do make it big, I'm
Yeah.
gonna open for you, okay?
Well, actually, shout out,
Shout
Jim,
him out.
Jim Kerr. So at Jay Kersey on Instagram and at the Valley City. If you go to at the Valley City
Okay.
on Instagram, it's all that. He's a Edmonton rapper. He's actually like a pretty good rapper.
Yeah.
And he started doing stand up, and so he's awesome. And he edited the whole album for
Bring
me.
him next time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will definitely. Yeah, he's awesome. Me and
Okay.
him are working on some other projects. We're trying to get a few shows started together as well.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about getting just now weed's legal. We're trying to do like a pot room, but not a pot room.
Okay. I feel it.
There's I just don't like the vibe of like pot rooms. People think they have to come like so high, and all
Yeah.
the comedians get like extra ripped for the show, and
Yeah.
it just becomes this like hazy room of people who are like, isn't it crazy when like
Yeah. Just really bad Mitch Hedberg jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just observational humor until you want to puke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
fair
no,
enough.
I just want a vibe of like everyone here smokes weeds from time to time. Some of you might be high. We're all just hanging out and doing a comedy show.
Why not start a new genre? Remember when rap rock broke out and Limp Bizkit and Korn were a thing? How
Yeah.
about rap comedy, where you
Rap.
rap all your jokes? You're like, yo, let's just listen up, and he gives you a
It's gonna
sick
be
beat.
turned into slam poetry.
Yeah, he gives you like a sick beat, and you're like, why did the chicken cross the road? And you're like, I don't know.
Everyone's
That's
snapping.
why I do a podcast and I'm not a comedian. Anyways, so it went well. You edited it, you made it. It's a thing. It's out there in the world. Your baby's out there.
Yeah,
How's
she
that
exists.
feel?
Good. I haven't listened to it once. I have not listened to the whole thing all the way through one time.
Where is it available?
Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Apple Music, all those.
So when did it drop? In the 5 seconds that I
Yeah.
did the research about it, I got 2 different dates. Spotify says it came out January 16th.
yeah,
And your Instagram says that it came out February 16th.
Yeah.
The 16th works, but the months are off. What's the deal?
yeah. So we had so much fun. So the first thing you have to do is, if you're getting stuff on iTunes, you can either get like your own like payment, like US like business account, and then you have to
Where you get like 0.0623 cents for every stream.
and
Yeah.
then like do whatever the hell, and you can directly go through iTunes to you, or you can go through, I forget what they called them, but it was some like a mediator essentially.
Okay, a middleman
Yeah,
who
and
takes
you,
a cent of your 0.04323
yeah,
cents.
exactly.
Okay.
It's I get 0.0628 cents, and they take 0.003 cents,
Yeah.
and then they do that from everyone. So
Bitcoins, how do those work? I hear you think. You know, that's a callback to the last episode. Go listen to it if you haven't.
So yeah, they like take whatever money from you, and then you just give them all your stuff, and
Yeah.
they actually give you like a ton of freedom. It's really cool. They're like, whatever your album art is, like just drag and drop it right here. There's no
Okay,
problem.
let's talk album art. Let's talk album art for a sec. So you went,
Yeah.
you call yourself an artist, which I respect,
Thank you.
and you took an artistic thing. Is that young Michael Jackson on the cover?
No, that is not young Michael Jackson.
Is that a young Sterling on the cover?
Almost. It's my buddy Tyrell.
That's a young Tyrell on the cover.
that is my buddy Tyrell.
Tyrell is not the same ethnicity as
Ethnicity.
you.
No.
Ethnicity as you.
No, he's half
So-
the same as I am.
He's half.
Half of
So
them's
you were
white.
halfway there. So
Yeah.
why go that direction? Where you blacked his eyes out with Talking Reckless, and then you used what, a 3rd grade photo, I think? Yeah.
Something like that.
So what's the premise behind that? Because you're the poster for your live show was amazing. It looked like a bill, like it looked like
Yeah.
a bill that like a parking ticket,
Yeah.
which you get here in Edmonton a fair bit.
Every once
So
in a while.
why'd you go that direction with the album art?
Well, honestly, so I just switched phones. We'll talk
It's
about
fine.
that.
We're gonna talk about
So all my stuff's on that phone, but that phone has no service.
That is some motherfucking hair. Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
Jesus.
Yo, so
That is great.
that. Like that's
'Kay.
Jackson 5, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that was before he became a pedo.
Exactly.
So, oh, yo, can we talk about that? Also, Studio 54. Have you guys seen that documentary?
No.
There's an interview with Michael Jackson on it. We'll talk about that
Okay.
after I explain this. So, that's my buddy Tyrell. And basically what happened, he's in New Zealand in chiropractic school right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we grew up together.
Is it cheaper to go to chiropractor school in New Zealand, or are
You
they
can't go to chiropractic school in Canada. They don't have it. You're like not allowed.
just really?
Yeah. It's like
So you
super
can't
weird.
go to. You can practice chiropractic,
Yeah.
but you can't.
chiropractic.
You
Thank
can't learn the fine art of chiropractic.
Yeah, you have to go somewhere else. So he was gonna go to like San Diego and whatever the fuck, and then he's
Yeah.
like, well, if I'm gonna pay all this money and go wherever, I might as well.
Go
Go to
somewhere
the
awesome.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to the Shire. I'm gonna
Yeah, 'cause
crack some hobbit backs.
Technically, they're not. Chiropractors aren't technically doctors here.
Yeah.
They are, but they aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking stupid.
It's this weird, crazy thing.
yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, so he's out in New Zealand doing his chiropractic thing, and then the other dude that we grew up with, we all just kind of like grew up in the hood together, just in fucking South Edmonton, the hood suburb.
Yeah.
And so we had like hood Christmas this year. I just had nowhere to be for Christmas, and then I moved back in with my dad briefly before I moved in with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I was at my dad's place, and then his Tyrell's parents and our other buddy's parents were like, "Oh, come over for Christmas if you're not doing anything." So whatever, go over, and we're in the basement just like looking through old photos, and I'm all stoned and wasted. I was like, "Yo, look at this picture of you, X-Dog." We call Tyrell X-Dog. And he's like, "Yo, what is that?" And I was like, "Bro, you're afro." So he had this huge, I don't know how long he grew that out for. He's like, "Bro, I used to come out, we were in junior high, so we're stupid."
Yeah.
He's like, he'd come out of class and just shake his head, and there'd be like paper clips and like pencils. And like
Amazing.
people just shove shit in his hair, and he'd have like
Yeah.
berries from like outside. We'd like throw them in, like just,
Like
it was
friends
stupid.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
Keep them humble.
Try and get like, we had a game that you had to try and get a paper airplane stuck in X-Dog's hair. That's what you did.
Do you think you could get away with that in 2019? Or is that a hate crime?
I mean, yeah, as long that might be racist.
Okay, moving on.
Um,
So, anyways,
so
you
anyways,
found
I
this.
found this picture and I was all wasted. And I was like, bro. So the other thing is, I paid the graphic designer who did the posters to do
a cover art.
the cover art.
Yeah.
And she did like a good job, but like, of like what I asked.
But was it like your generic, like you on stage, like telling it?
No, I tried to kind of get the same idea flowing as I
Yeah.
had for
the poster.
The poster, yeah. But it just didn't fit, and because like the poster, it was like it made sense because the information for the show was on the poster, but it was
Yeah.
like I didn't have a date or time to put for the album, so I was like, well, do I put the date and time to record? And I was like, that doesn't
You're
seem
just like thinking
pertinent
way too much
information.
about
Yeah,
it.
it didn't make sense
And
at
so
all.
it just looked like this busy, like compacted half ticket that just had my name and then the words "Talking
Yeah.
Reckless," and so it just didn't look right. And I was like, man, I didn't know what to do. And I found this picture. I was like, yo, I'm gonna make this my cover art. And he's like, what? And I was just all drunk. I was like, yeah, buddy, I'm gonna make you famous. And then I wanted to do something over his mouth because it was Talking Reckless, and we tried to do that like
Yeah.
X thing, but trying to get the words "talking" and "reckless" to like cross, and
Did
then
not
like
work well.
yeah, and
It's
then
not like railroad crossing, which flows so nicely as
Yeah.
an X. Yeah.
And so then we tried doing like just over his mouth, but because it wasn't like the picture wasn't taken with it over his mouth like
Yeah.
duct tape or anything, it looked like weird to just have a black bar across a guy's mouth.
Yeah.
So moving it over his eyes made it look more like, oh, we're blanking out who this person
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, Talking Reckless, people will get the fucking
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And
No,
then I
I
was
got
like-
it. It's fucking great.
And then, so the other thing, someone pointed out, so I got it, me and my other buddy, Simon Glassman, did the art, like, at his place, just, like, on
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
And then someone sent me a picture of Taylor Swift's,
Oh no.
I don't have Instagram in there. But
That's
anyways,
okay.
I think I know what you're talking about.
so I made it look like a photograph, like an old
Yeah.
like,
Polaroid. Yeah.
that's kind of faded and whatever.
Yeah,
like
Taylor Swift's
made it
1989.
great. Yeah, so he
same thing.
sent me a picture of Taylor Swift's 1989, and literally what I had in my head, I just sent back. I hate when people try and make a big deal of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just sent back a picture. It was J. Cole's not Friday Night Lights. J. Cole's Mad City album.
Yeah.
And it's J. Cole in the hood as a baby.
Yeah.
And it's him being held as a baby, and all the dudes have their eyes blacked out except the baby,
Cole,
because
yeah.
the baby is J. Cole.
Yeah.
And then it was like this faded, grainy Polaroid, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's where I stole the idea from. I was like, if you accuse me of stealing someone's idea, at least
Yeah.
use the person whose idea I stole. Like,
Exactly.
this is obviously way more.
I'll own it, but like, Now you're a Swiftie. You've been outed.
Yeah.
You're, you're a subconscious
I-
Taylor Swift fan.
Yo, I love Taylor Swift. I'll openly admit, I think she's a great. Yo, are you telling me listen to Teardrops on My Guitar and think like, yo, when I was 15, could I write and compose this fucking song? Are you serious? And dudes who were like, she fucking sucks. I'm like, no, she just didn't make music for 40-year-old like in the closet dudes with big trucks. That's all. You fucking idiot.
Well, you got a point there. So the album dropped. It's out there, and now comes the thing where you got to start new material.
Yeah,
How's that going?
good.
How is Chap? This is a new
First,
chapter.
can we go back to where we put a pin in? I want to talk about the Michael Jackson interview.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, do you know what Studio 54 is?
Yeah, they had a movie with Mike Myers in it, and it was a club
It was
where
a
they
club, yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
celebrities went and did cocaine
Disco
and did weird
club,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like a little too young to really know what it was, but all I knew was like, yeah, disco club,
Yeah.
whatever.
There's a movie called Studio
Yeah.
54.
Yeah.
It's all fucking
Yeah.
and cocaine.
Yes, so yeah, it was all cocaine and sex, and then like it was all at the time, literally in the movie, the whole. So there's a documentary about it now.
Okay.
And the whole movie, everyone's always been like, "Oh yeah, they let trannies in here all the time. It's the best." Everyone just says tranny because it's like the
That's
70s.
what it was back then, yeah.
But
And
that was
then, like-
progressive letting trannies in.
Yeah, well, because the guy who runs it is like this little gay guy
Yeah.
who's like kind of autistic,
I wouldn't say that about Elton John, but go on.
That's mean.
but he's like if you watch the movie, he's all like coked out all the time, and you can tell he's like a little socially awkward, and so he's just this little guy, and he stands up and like lets people in just based on like whether he likes the way they look, and like sometimes it's because they're hot, and sometimes it's because they're weird, and he's just like, "Hey, you can come in and you can, but you look like normal. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. What is this documentary called? I got some
It's
time
just
on
called
my hands.
Studio 54. It's on Netflix.
Oh fuck. I gotta write
And
this
so is this whole thing, and they're doing this interview, and you can see it on YouTube. You can bring it up. The whole interview, they're interviewing the guy who runs Studio 54, this little like socially awkward
Yeah.
closet gay guy.
down. Yeah.
And Michael Jackson like comes into the room, but it's young, like pimply, like
Jackson
acne,
5. Michael
like
Jackson.
yeah, like very black Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was like old enough to get in the club or just because he was fucking Michael
was Michael
Jackson, rules
Jackson,
don't
yeah.
apply.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's like 15 years old, and the lady like interviewing is like, "Michael, do you like coming to Studio 54?" And he has like the same voice as he had as an adult, but is coming out of this like little black kid with
Yeah.
like a huge afro, and he's like, "I like coming to Studio 54 because everybody just dances with each other, and it's nice, and everyone's kind, and everyone's very nice to me here." And you're
Jesus.
like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna fuck kids later for sure."
Yeah.
Like-
because he got fucked at Studio 54.
It was
It's
so
just
crazy.
a circle. That's
And
nuts.
then it becomes like this big, like there's this one part where they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys you took out some of the chairs and the rafters when you did the remodel and put in like a big rubber pit," and they said it's because it would be easier to clean at the end of the night. Did you guys know you were making a big sex pit? And the one guy was like, yeah, we were making a fuck pit.
Wow.
It's just like,
Wow.
like,
Somebody penciled on the blueprints. Fuck pit.
big
like
rubber
we knew what we were
fuck
doing.
pit. And then the guy who like ran it died of AIDS and was like part of that big like
The
AIDS
AIDS
scare
run,
in
yeah.
like 90s, and like apparently Studio 54 like probably was a huge cause of why AIDS spread rampantly
Well,
at
there's
like
the
that
whole
one point.
CIA thing too, where the CIA started AIDS.
Yeah, I've heard
to
about
thin
that. Yeah, the
the
government
gay population. So maybe the CIA even came up
Introduced
with
it.
Studio 54.
or introduced it at Studio
Studio
54.
54.
Yeah, like,
like,
hey,
hey.
yo, we'll pay you this money.
Yeah,
You
like,
shut
there's
the
this
fuck
big-
up.
Here,
Yeah.
do this needle and then do that.
Well, and then they got this
CIA,
like
man.
they got this skeezy like mobbed up lawyer to like get them out of everything, and like they found blow like all over them, all over their briefcases,
yeah.
like everything in the whole studio was covered in all kinds of drugs.
Turns out the building was just made of blow.
Yeah,
The bricks were actually bricks of cocaine.
yeah.
just everything. You just
I gotta
stick
watch
a
that
knife in the wall.
documentary. Yeah, I gotta check that
Give it a lick.
documentary.
Yeah,
Hey, side note, did you watch The Dirt over the weekend?
I sure did.
Yeah, did you watch The Dirt, the Motley Crue biopic?
no, I saw it come out today. I saw it this morning. I was
It's
like, ooh.
it's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great. I'm actually going to talk about it in music news, but yeah.
Okay, if we get there, we're having way too much fun. That's why I just
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to bring it up now.
No,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
good. I mean, it's pretty good. It's people are like, oh, it's fucking stupid and it's shit. It's a bad movie about bad people. I'm like, it was snippets. It was 100. Yeah, it was 100. You'll love it. The intro, the beginning of the movie, you're gonna fucking laugh your head off. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna love it.
It's a good movie, man. It's
But
good.
it's
It's not as
legitimately-
interesting as Studio 54.
No, but it's four dudes that did crazy shit, and they
Yeah.
couldn't just take everybody's life and make a whole movie out of it. So they took basic snippets out of everything
Yeah.
and made a movie.
Yeah,
out
if
of
we
it.
get to it, we'll talk about it
Yeah.
more after. So yeah, okay. So Michael Jackson definitely got diddled at Studio 54
Yeah, it was so
He was
cra-
getting
it's
diddled by his dad.
Yeah, oh yeah.
and his
Yeah.
brothers. And
It was so weird, dude. This like
isn't there a big like after the whole R. Kelly thing? Aren't they like, oh, let's boycott Michael Jackson now?
Yeah,
They won't 'cause
I
he's
think it was
dead.
Big.
Spotify's not taking him down or something. Someone's
Yo.
on Google
Because he's
Music.
dead.
Yeah, because he's dead.
It's kind of like how Jay Adams got away with being an incredibly big racist in skateboarding because he died before
Yeah,
it broke
yeah,
out.
no,
Everyone's
exactly. Yeah,
racist,
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
way to bring that topic up, Alex.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Bring
what
it
I
up.
just wanted to.
I love that you have sound effects.
Wait.
Oh, that was good.
No, no, you had it. So Talking Reckless,
Yeah, talking reckless.
not Michael Jackson on the cover.
Not Michael Jackson. No, that is Tyrell Peak.
Do you think X-Dog would have gone to Studio 54 if given the opportunity?
Oh yeah, X-Dog would for sure. Studio
have?
54. Yeah,
Shout
oh
out
yeah.
to X-Dog.
No, X-Dog's a good bro, but he likes to party. He's fun.
So what's post Talking Reckless? What's this new journey, this new adventure you're on? Because you're on the stage every other night. You're traveling. You're getting all-inclusive snowboard trips.
Yeah, that
You
was
almost
sick.
won a trip to LA. You're
Almost.
fighting for comedian rights. Like, who is 2019 Alex?
Doing it, man. I've given in. I've decided to give in.
Got a haircut, new
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah.
girlfriend. I don't even know you. You're not the same Alex that
No,
was here
fully
6
different.
months ago.
Fully different man. Yeah, way less hair, way more girlfriend. It's awesome.
Okay, so what is 2019? What's going on? We're 3 months, almost 4 months into this. What have you been doing?
Yeah, so well, the girlfriend, I feel bad saying this because she's always like, she didn't make me stay in Edmonton, but it was like, she's the reason I stayed in Edmonton. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does,
Like-
but like not in a good way.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
like
it's not a bad thing.
No,
if,
as a
she's
dude-
willing, if she's worth staying here, she's worth staying here for.
no,
Yeah.
as like a dude, I get it, but like girls are like,
Yeah.
No, but
All
she-
right.
that's gonna come up.
She was
later.
worth staying here for.
So-
That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
You're-
don't-
I have a
don't
way more complex
Don't
explanation.
explain it
but
that way. Just be like, my home's with you in
Yeah.
Edmonton,
it
and then get the shirt that says "Still in Edmonton."
Edmonton as fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, I basically I was planning to move to Toronto. I had like buddies move out to Toronto, and like
Yeah.
kind of seemed like the scene was pushing me that way, and I was like, all right, that seems to make the most sense. And then
Because that's kind of where it pushes you. Like, if you're in not Vancouver or Toronto and you're trying to do something, you get pushed either
Either
Yeah.
east
East
or
coast.
west. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why did you want to go east? What was pushing you east? Just your homies were going out that way, or
sort of, yeah, my homies were going that way, and like out west is expensive, and like kind of like it's just a different vibe.
Vancouver is different than Toronto? 100%.
It's more, yeah. Toronto's more of like a. It's weird because it's obviously not this way, but it's like a New York, LA thing where New York's like a cutthroat business.
Yeah.
Like,
East Coast, West Coast.
yeah, and then
You were going Biggie.
I was, yeah. It was much more business-oriented kind of comedy. I don't want to do character stuff or act in TV shows or.
You don't want to be an extra for the rest
do
of
it.
your life.
Yeah, it's like I'm either gonna do actual stand-up comedy on a stage with a mic at
Yeah.
a club, or like wherever you can do actual stand-up,
Okay.
or I'm gonna get a day job. Like those are the two. I'm not.
Fair
I don't want
enough.
to be. I don't want to be doing.
I get
Bullshit.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you know me from such TV shows as Episode 7 of The Flash. I was the dude drinking the coffee
Yeah.
as the Flash drove by.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've
No, I
met
feel
too
ya.
many guys who do stand-up as a character, and then their character becomes like the goofy best friend in a B-list movie.
Yeah.
And
It's kind
so-
of like wrestling, where you play a character and then you die that character.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of, it weirdly became this like whole realization for me where it was like, well, I would rather not be on TV as like the B-list best friend and have to be like a working comedian who
Yeah.
like has a part-time bartending job for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Then,
Or get a wicked show on the CBC,
yeah,
because that's awesome.
do that kind of thing.
The CBC's awesome. Kim's Convenience, Cavendish. You could have your own show.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
there you go.
started out kind of being like, well, maybe I'll just stay in Canada then. Like, I don't really need the States. I don't like Trump anyways. Like, maybe
Yeah.
Canada is cool. And then I was
Yeah.
like, maybe we'll try and make Canada cool.
Yeah.
And then comedy.
Make Canada cool. Make Canada cool.
Yeah.
Not again.
Yeah.
We'll just make it cool.
Yeah, just make it cool for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
Make Canada cool for the first time. We started with weed and we're on the rise.
Did you read that article about weed tourists going to Toronto and finding it boring?
No, but that's awesome.
There was a whole big article on like people going to Toronto for like weed specific tours and stuff, and then be like, okay, that's
What
not
did
that
they
cool.
expect?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like,
They wrote So they were disappointed enough to write an article and post it on places.
That's
And
so
I guess
funny.
that's Yelp. Anyways,
Yeah.
so you're going to Toronto. You got friends out there. You decided to stay in Edmonton.
Yeah, well, so I was like, well, stay in Canada. And then I was like, well, Toronto's really got nothing specifically for me. It's like there's kind of more opportunity, but it wasn't like I had a job offer out there or anything.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend just didn't want to move to Toronto. And I was like, well, it doesn't seem like it's worth breaking up with you over like
Yeah.
somewhere that there isn't a guarantee.
Maybe back in the day you needed somewhere that had more eyes, but with the internet, you can bring the eyes to you.
Yeah. Well, and that basically just all I did, that decision forced me to shift my focus from like be good enough to get recognized in Toronto to make stuff happen in Edmonton. It was
Okay.
like, we'll just do it in Edmonton.
Yeah.
So I've been spending the last few months like trying to just work on like getting shows started and
Yeah.
kind of working on getting comedy mixed in with the rest of the art scene. For some reason, it seems like we're just kind of...
You know what? We have a lot of art, like different people on this podcast, and that seems to be a growing thing. Like everybody's so their own entity.
Yeah.
Where if they all just ganged up and made an Edmonton art scene and just made like a clusterfuck of art awesomeness, more people could get recognized on a bigger scale.
But the thing
Yeah.
is that Edmonton, when as soon as you say art, they're thinking art.
Yeah.
Right? They're not thinking fucking comedy. They're not thinking music. They're thinking art. A fucking Van Gogh.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're thinking, right?
I don't think they're going
So-
directly to Van Gogh.
Well, it's
They're
a,
like,
it's
oh,
a-
we're going to go see some Van Gogh paintings.
but paintings and the art. That's what
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Here, this
So
guy's gonna
that's-
cut his ear off on stage for love.
Yeah.
But no, you could call that art, but Edmonton wouldn't call that art.
I mean, I always
because-
think of mathematics, which technically is an art, according
It
to the
could be.
university.
It isn't an art?
Yeah, it is an
Is it?
art.
Yeah.
It's in the Faculty of Arts. Mathematics is in the
Really?
Faculty of Arts.
Well, I guess you can get pretty creative with
So-
the different letters you throw in mathematical
That's what I think.
equations.
I've
But
been
anyways.
basically what I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to combine comedy and math. Is my next album.
Oh,
no,
what's that
no, I'm
fucking?
not actually doing
isn't
that.
isn't that music like prog
math rock.
math rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
That's like that. What's that? Like nerdcore hip hop or whatever the fuck.
Nerdcore, yeah.
Yeah, nerdcore. But they rap about like other stuff, like nerd stuff. Anyways.
Math rock's really crazy because everything's in timing. So
Yeah.
literally, it's all like equations, and this is gonna equal this, and this. And it's fucked.
Weird.
Yeah, it's on another level. I don't even fucking touch it with a 20-foot pole.
Anyways.
So yeah, so basically what I've been trying to do is just I was like I'm in Edmonton and there's some other really good comedians who are kind of like, yeah, I don't want to have to leave like my friends and my home and like the
Let's make
internet.
Edmonton a fucking destination for comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Or
And then
art.
since then, yeah, I've been running into people who are kind of being like, yeah, we have some cool live shows here that no one really knows about. So there's like a new Edmonton comedian Facebook or Edmonton comedy Facebook page.
Okay.
YEG Stand Up, I think.
Okay.
And they have an Instagram that's at YEG Stand Up as well.
Okay.
And they're kind of doing a central hub. If you want to know when there's comedy literally every night in Edmonton. If you're like, I have nothing to do tonight, go to that page and you can go to a show right now.
That's awesome. Like, and that would be something to follow because like Simon King was just here and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here. He played the Empress like at the beginning of the month. I would have gone out. I like his stuff, but I didn't know that because I didn't. It's everywhere. Like if
Yeah.
you're, that's awesome, dude.
So we're trying to do just stuff like that, like get Edmonton to be like a more well organized and well like
You guys are unionizing.
lubricated. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
We're essentially being like, well, we can do it here ourselves,
Yeah.
but like we just haven't been.
Well, you guys stuck it to just for laughs recently.
Yeah.
You guys were supposed to do a just for laughs thing, and then some shit went on with Sirius and some buying out and some Bobby's World got involved, and it was I was following. It was a very interesting thing. You guys fucking brought it back from the man and made it Canadian again.
Yeah.
It's one step closer to making Canada cool or great or whatever we were saying.
Yeah, make Canada.
So what's
cool
the story
for
behind
first
that?
time. So that was actually a really interesting. Like, it's the first time in my life that I've ever like
Fought the man.
Yeah, fought the man and won though.
Yeah.
Like I've tried fighting the man before, but when you're 17 and the man's
Yeah.
your principal, like you just have to go home for the day.
Yeah, that's called an expulsion. It happens to the best of
yeah,
us.
exactly. So when you're an adult, they can't expel you.
No.
So it was basically what happened was there's this thing, and actually I was planning on signing up for it, is why I got sad, and I started doing that today. There's this thing called Sound Share. No, fuck.
Something.
Yeah, something
'Kay.
share, Sound Exchange. That's what it is.
Sound exchange.
And basically, as comedians, you can put your stuff on Sound Exchange.
Yeah.
And then there's this channel on SiriusXM channel 168. It's called Canada Laughs,
Yeah.
and they would take Canadian comedians off of Sound Exchange and just play their material.
Yeah.
And if you were like a better comedian, you'd get more in the rotation.
Yeah.
And then if you were a lower comedian, you were still in the rotation, but just
You still
not as
got
often.
some exposure. You still got new ears throughout Canada.
So like I knew guys who were making a couple grand a year off of it.
Yeah.
And I knew guys like one dude made 60 grand last year off of his
Oh, shit.
That's not
Sound
bad.
Exchange.
Yeah.
Like because just the royalties off it being played every like hour and a half because he's one of Canada's like biggest, most well-known comedians. So they
Yeah.
used the stuff because it was awesome.
Yeah.
And so he was like making money off it. And he had albums on there and whatever. And then JFL bought it out.
Just for laughs.
Yeah. And Just for Laughs is funded from the Canadian government to promote Canadian content
Yeah.
because they're the world's biggest comedy festival held in Montreal. And so they're
Exactly.
like, here you go. Here's whatever millions of dollars every year, promote some Canadian content.
Yeah.
And then they bought out SiriusXM, like whatever business deal. And Canada Laughs basically went to JFL and was like, hey, we need your help to like bring more people. And JFL was like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take all your stuff off the air. We're going to play our galas, which are all American comedians,
Yeah.
but because they're recorded in Canada, counts as Canadian content. We don't have to pay any royalties to anyone because we own the rights to all of the
To these
material.
yeah.
To the galas.
And the
So-
artists were paid to do that, so now we okay.
Yeah, it was something I can't remember the exact number. It's on my
It's
Facebook.
a whole fucking
but it was
thing.
like it was 1.6 or 16 million. I can't remember.
Well,
if there
you
was a
guys were
decimal.
supposed to, were you part of that Just for Laughs showcase
Yeah.
that originally then
So
you didn't get paid for?
so the royalties for this whole thing basically was bullshit, and I was planning on putting my album up there and be like, oh, this is stupid. So we were like, JFL sucks. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. And Howie Mandel gave out like a half-assed apology.
It was bad as he's walking around his mansion.
Yeah, and
Now
be
was
like,
that his
"We care
germ? Was
about
that his
the
germ-free mansion, or was that the one
Yeah.
like normal people are allowed
Yeah.
to go to? Anyways, America's Got
Exactly.
Talent. Anyways,
So yeah, and so like he just didn't care, and JFL didn't care, and JFL hasn't cared about Canadian comedy in so long.
yeah,
And like they just get whoever's going to sell them the most tickets.
yeah.
and
They need to make their business.
which sucks because it's like they get Canadian government funding for
Yeah,
it.
they get grants through the Canadian government.
And also, like, we have Canadian talent. The only reason they don't sell tickets is because no one wants to put them on shows because you're too busy
Yeah.
just, like, giving it to American guys.
yeah,
So it's like, if you go, Ivan Decker has a great album out that won a Juno. And who else? Who was the other one? Dave Merhaj won the Juno this year, I think. They're both amazing. They have amazing albums out.
Yeah.
Sterling Scott, Drew Bame, like Ryan Short. All these guys have albums that are available on Spotify and iTunes and all
Yeah.
this stuff, and the Canadian government just like ignores them entirely, or JFL ignores them. And
So
spends
do you get any
Canadian money.
kickback from your album being on Spotify or anything? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
you
I went
get-
down the numbers and like how like artists are paid and stuff. So you're not getting a whole lot of money, but you're getting
No.
a little bit at least.
Yeah, you're getting something from it.
That's cool.
But the best way, honestly, that we were getting paid was through the series.
The
Canada
Sound
Laughs.
Exchange.
And then so everyone kind of just got up in arms about it, and we were finally like getting media attention. Like CBC and the Toronto Star made
Dude, it got
articles about it.
traction. Yeah.
And then Edmonton was the only place that did this. JFL was doing their like
Spotlight.
Yeah, they're-
Which is ironic because they don't give a fuck about you. But
yeah,
anyways, yeah.
But they're coming around with the one agent was sent across the whole country to
Yeah.
watch galas or like Spotlight, whatever.
Yeah.
And we basically were like, well, we're just not going to do it because fuck you.
Yeah. Buy me a Coke.
So yeah, so we did that, and then they basically apologized, and they're like, hey, we're JFL still going to run the thing, but we're going to go back to 100% Canadian content that we're getting off the Sound Exchange. Like,
Yeah.
we're not doing the galas. Like, we're sorry about that. Like, we were just trying to do like what
we
they
thought was right, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
yeah. So they're like, we now realize like this obviously affects you guys, and you care about it, and like
Yeah.
we're
The
sorry.
road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I basically have forgiven. I'm like, I understand from
Yeah.
a business perspective why you guys did that, and thank you for actually listening to us.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't listen to us, then I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
But they did, and they apologized, and they fixed it.
Sweet.
And so now I'm going on Sound Exchange, trying to get on there, which is awesome. And JFL even like was like, hey Edmonton, like
Let's do this again.
we'll
Let's do this right.
We'll do the gala. We're sorry. We appreciate that you guys are comedians, and we'll still do the gala. Sorry for that whole thing.
Yeah.
And so she ended up coming out, and we did the show.
Yeah.
So they did the show anyways on the gala night. So it actually worked out great for me.
Because you got two
'cause
shows out of it.
they did the show on the gala night, and I wasn't invited to it.
Oh.
So they did the first gala, and they just didn't, like, the lady just did, they were like, we're not doing it for you just for that. Like, you're not invited just for that. We're still doing the show because we've sold the tickets, but we're just not inviting you anymore.
Yeah.
And then JFL like apologized. And they're like, hey, can we come back next week?
They ate a big bag of shit, and they're
And
like,
then-
hey man, why don't you come back?
Yeah, and then I got an email that was like, hey, they're redoing the thing. Do you want to join the show? And I was like, sure. So
Yeah,
I got to
why
go
not?
and meet the JFL agent and see the thing. And I don't know. I don't think anything's going to come of it because it hasn't
you
in
never
so
know,
long.
though.
But yeah, you never know. And I got to meet her, which is just a foot in the door. Now
That's all
she's
you
a
can do.
familiar face if I ever get to the festival. Like, hey,
And there you go.
how's it going?
Sweet, man. So you've been pretty busy. What's the rest of the year hold? Like, you entered the YAG to LA contest. You
Yeah.
placed third, from what I
Third.
understand.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was interesting. I did a good job, but I didn't do as good of a job as I would have liked to. And the guy who like won definitely had the set of the night.
Yeah.
But it was just like I'd smoked too much weed before,
You kind of just like fucked yourself.
and yes, and I hate doing this because I don't want to. This is my own shit.
Yeah.
But and this is the second time it's happened. Girls try to surprise me by showing up to my shows when they
And then
say
it
they're not
just
going to come to my show.
Fucks with you.
Well, it doesn't really fuck with me as much as like I feel bad for being an asshole because if you show up 5 minutes before the show, I'm just gonna be like hi and then go like sit with all the other comedians and like write down my set and focus and then like joke around with my
Well,
friends.
it's game time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But game time also looks like I'm just fucking around with my friends a
Yeah.
little bit because it's
Yeah, it looks different than like. Yeah, I know, I get you.
Yeah.
So then they feel hurt that you're not like, oh
Well-
my god, you came. You said you were gonna come. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're here. Let's have a drink. I don't fucking care. It's just
Yeah.
comedy. It's my life. But whatever. Let's fucking hang out.
yeah. But the other thing is like I know that she. Well, I don't think that she like would have cared if I did that stuff.
Yeah.
It was just in my head. I was like, oh, she probably
Oh.
cares. And then because I was too high, I was paranoid about her caring.
Yeah.
And then also about how I was gonna do. And then I ended up going like last on the show, and so
Yeah.
it was like
So you were like,
it
yeah.
had dragged out for so long. And then the guy before me bombed like super fucking bad and like started
Yeah.
yelling at this table in the audience. and
Just
so
like, just said fuck it. He's like gonna take my rage out on this table.
yeah, so kind of like a weird vibe, and then I just like I flubbed. I missed the first. So I have this new joke, and the first line that like usually gets laughed. It's about how I saw this lady hit her kid,
Yeah.
and then the line that gets a laugh is like it was crazy. I wasn't even in a Walmart or anything. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
And so that gets a laugh, but I just forgot to say it.
So yeah, you forgot the lead in.
And so it was like the third sentence that comes out of my mouth on stage, and I'd forgotten it.
Yeah.
And so it was like in my head, I was like, "Oh fuck, I missed my first laugh."
And,
And
now
then
you're
so
starting
now
to slide.
So now I'm like going into the joke, and again, I'm sure the audience didn't even notice, but
You did, though.
Yeah, in my head, I'm like, and being stoned didn't help.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh man, I missed the first line that gets a laugh. I'm like, now I'm like 30 seconds in, and like they haven't laughed. Like, am I starting to lose them? And like
Oh
this
my
panic's all
God.
happening in my head. And then I ended up bringing it around, and then like doing okay for like the next couple jokes. And then I got to this one joke that I was kind of nervous about telling. Like that was
Yeah.
where I had the most nerve.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like it's not a controversial joke,
But
really.
it pushes expectations or limitations.
Well, it starts out. So,
Boundaries.
so basically, I say this is gonna sound horrible as it does when I'm on stage. Basically, I say that I want to bring back slavery, and,
Yeah.
but then I explain like shortly afterwards that I'm not talking about doing it in like a racist way, and that like there's this whole other premise, and it takes a twist where it like
Yeah.
ends up kind of making fun of people who are dumb enough to believe the earth is flat and
Yeah.
like you shouldn't vaccinate your kids, and like it ends up making fun of those weirdos.
Oh, dude, I got a news story about a dude that is anti-vax. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it starts out with me like the way to make for me to make it funny has to be
I have to grab your
convincing
attention.
you that I think we need to bring back slavery.
Yeah.
So I say it without ever mentioning race, but not excluding it either.
Yeah.
So it makes you, because as
Think.
soon as you say slavery, people think black
God,
people in
slavery,
Southern
yeah.
America.
Yeah.
But the first example I
Kanye
give
West.
is Jewish people who built the pyramids.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
like, they do
Chinese
great work.
people
Yeah.
who built
wall.
the railroad.
Yeah,
and the
rail-
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. So basically, it's like that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much of the joke because it's my favorite joke, and I
Yeah.
don't want to give it away for free
No.
on the internet.
No, especially on this podcast.
But essentially, that's the idea. And so I was worried that when I said that I wanted to bring back slavery, someone was gonna get mad and it would screw up my whole contest set, and
Yeah.
like that was like the thing that was worrying me the most. So
Yeah.
as it was like approaching in my set, I was like, oh, like this is fucking going to LA, like kind of hinges on this. I hope no one yells out.
Yeah.
Which then took my focus off the joke, which made me like stumble over the intro to it.
Yeah.
So I had to be like, sorry about that. And then like, then do the line, which just as much as it only slightly affected the audience, I know that like subconsciously somehow it did, and it affected me. So it wasn't.
So it was an experience, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad set, but it was just like I kind of fucking jinxed myself.
Yeah, it was a set.
And even if I did that good, the dude who had like fucking really did
He
well.
had it on lock.
He came off stage and I was like, oh fuck you, dude. Like I was so mad.
He's like, just picks his suitcase up. He's like, see if
Yeah, pretty much. Essentially.
That's
And he's
awesome.
like,
but also
I'm out.
horrible. Right on. So yeah,
So,
you're doing
came in
things.
third. One
That's not
steak
bad.
knives.
That's not bad. A good set of steak knives.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
That is
Yeah.
a really weird
I know.
get. Like,
Yo, this is so
to
funny.
like a third place. Like, here's some knives.
Yeah, you're a comedian. Steak knives.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the joke. Everyone was like, yeah, so you can kill yourself for coming in third.
No shit. That's fucking dark.
Anyway, the best was is the dude in second was so mad because he was like, he won a mini fridge and he was just like,
What is this shit people had in their
He was
closets
like-
and storage?
yo, but he was like, I would have rather come in third because I'm not going to LA and now I have to get this mini fridge out of this bar and to my house, like up my elevator, like
You actually gave me more responsibility.
like you by coming in second instead of third. His night got way worse. Like,
Oh
Turns
man.
into fucking steak knives with a fucking mini fridge.
No shit, or he probably could have sold the mini fridge for a trip to LA. Who
Oh, he
knows?
was so mad because it's like, can you imagine like barely missing this trip to LA and then to fucking
Here's the fridge.
kick it off is like, oh, so this thing weighs about 200 pounds and it's your problem now, buddy.
Hope you brought some friends, but you didn't bring enough because you didn't win. Anyways. Right on, man.
It was awesome.
So what else do you got coming up this season? Anything else? Any big plans? You gonna go on tour or anything? Or?
I got
when-
cool life shit going on.
Now what's going on in your life? You got a new phone. That was
Yeah.
a new thing.
Yeah, I
You
got.
like
You showed up like a
just
fucking
got a new phone.
Yeah,
showed up like a drug dealer with two phones. Oh, this is
got
my drug
two
phone.
phones. What a bad song.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why do you know that?
Because I listen to garbage hip hop in my spare time.
Fair enough. So the premise of the song is just that they have two phones?
Well, because he's a drug dealer.
Yeah, see, I was right.
What
Okay.
song
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that?
It's called Two Phones.
It's quite honestly. Anyways.
Maybe I'm thinking of 2 Chainz, and that's why I'm like, I think I heard this song.
There's another one. There's another one that got like kind of big on the garbage rap scene. There was like it goes down in the DMs.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, but it
Was
was
it
like
by Little Gravy?
no, it was by someone that like who is reputable, and it made me so much sadder. It was like I don't think it was like T.I., but it was like Young Buck or like one of those
I
guys.
know what you're talking
Like,
about.
Somebody
some,
that
like-
once was
Yeah,
like in the know and now they're like rapping about stuff they don't know about, like DMs.
Well, it just sounded like an old dude trying to be like, he's like, oh, all the kids are talking about sliding in DMs. Like, let's do a song called "Going Down in the DMs." It's
Somebody-
going down in the DMs. Like
Somebody
that's
tell me
literally
what
the
DM
hook.
means. Yeah.
It's going down in the DMs, down in the DMs. Like, what is
That's
that?
the song, really.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got 2
Phones. Anyway, so you just got a brand new fucking phone before showing up.
Yeah. So, yo, I fixed my whole life up, dude. This is all right. If you're viewing this, you get a special surprise because if you're just listening, whoa, that sucks. I got one of these big old
That
bad.
is a George
What
Costanza.
is that?
Dude, it's George Costanza. That's a wallet right
no,
there.
that is a fucked up sciatic
That,
nerve. That's
like,
what that
oh
is.
yeah, that's ruined my back. I've like
Yeah.
What,
sat
is,
on
what
this
are all
thing
those
for
papers?
Dude, those are like gas receipts from this weekend.
Because you went up to Whistler.
Yeah, I was
In a
out-
diesel
American
wallet.
money?
How long
yeah,
have you had this diesel
buddy,
wallet
since
for?
like grade
High school?
11. Yeah, look at this lime green interior.
Yeah, that was cool at one point. You even got American money in there. You're just ready for everything.
No, you should ask your fucking girlfriend if your ass is shaped weird on the one side where your wallet
That thing
is.
was
Dude.
ridiculous. You don't even sit. Look at
she
it pulls out
hates,
too.
Dude, she hates this thing.
You need
Yeah.
you need a man purse.
So
Here's a YouTube show for you. You just invite people on and go through their wallets, because like there's content here, man.
Oh fuck!
Every gas receipt tells a
What is
story.
going on there?
Yeah, and then I got a bunch of like business cards that I mostly use for weed.
Or free lunches. You also are not even close to getting a haircut.
No, well, I've only had one. Like, it's
Just make sure there's no like personal
No,
information.
that's
in there.
gonna be the fucking.
Dude, if you lose this wallet, you lose you.
you're fucked.
Do you have change in here
yeah,
too?
man,
Yeah, you're back.
like
in-
lots.
change in there.
Bro, like lots of change. Yeah. Also, whoa.
It's fine.
That's
It's
like an
fine.
old man wallet.
I had like
What
Holy
the fuck?
What? That is a really nice loony, by the
I had
way.
a couple of shiny loonies in there.
Holy shit.
What are you-
What is?
you-
What? I got 2 phones.
You're like 90 years old right now. You're like
in
that
the
old
fuck?
lady.
How
when
do
I
you
go
have
to
a
Sobeys and she's
girlfriend?
like, 10,
How do I
20,
have a girlfriend?
30.
No, that's exactly what I
There's
said.
$1.30. Wait, 50.
So do you get excited when you can pay with exact change?
Bro, all the time. I get so I'm like, yo, 30. I got the 35 right here, and then they give you like. I love paying for shit in cash still. I
It
don't
fucks
know
people
why.
up.
Oh,
It's
dude.
awesome. I love it too because it fucks people up.
I
They don't have
know.
to do it themselves.
They're like waiting for you to tap your
yeah.
like they've already sent it through on the card, and I'm holding like $20.35,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "So you can just give me 15 back," and they're like,
What?
Are you a wizard?
yeah, right.
How
Well,
old
they're
are you,
fucking
sir? Shazam.
And like I don't know, I just tried doing. I'm scared that I'm gonna do dementia. Like getting dementia and like Alzheimer's and stuff scares me more than anything on earth.
Yeah.
Like I read.
So
No.
keeping change is gonna keep people.
Yo,
No,
then
but
it-
the idea of losing your memories, I'd rather be like a fucking vegetable and still have memories.
Yeah, bro. I'd rather
Yeah.
not be able to move than not be able to think.
Yeah.
So
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
It's a Peruvian penny.
Oh no, that's a fucking American nickel. Just look at the dude on there. It looks really weird from here.
No,
like,
I'm just
what the
trying to
fuck?
figure out why so much of your money is
does
shiny.
look
It's weird, right?
Like
no
every
one
one
else
of your,
uses it.
every one of your
Because
loonies
no one
looks like
else-
they
Like,
just
that's-
came out
this-
of the mint.
yeah, like this is not even a
Dude,
stripper
'cause
loony.
No one else has used change in years. It's just me and
This was made
ladies
in
named
20
Bernadette.
I always,
This loony might not even be a year old.
I'm laughing at you.
You might be the first owner of this loony.
I'm laughing at you, but I do keep change on myself and money. Like I got money in my pocket all the time, just in case. You never know when you're gonna need money, but I don't keep it in my wallet.
A gentleman should always have $20 on them.
I always have like $400 on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
legit.
But then
Because
you
you
gotta-
might have to pay for something at some
Yeah.
point.
I
that's
have
the-
$20 on me.
So, but I like doing like the little math part of it. So like, if I have to do like my, like I still have
Keeps
a
the-
bartending
keeps the
job.
brain going?
Yeah. So I have a bartending job still. At the end of the day, you literally have to do to like make sure that you like
Get your
took
tips?
the amount of money
Yeah.
from patrons that you said that you did.
Mm-hmm.
You compare the money from your debit slips to the money from the like point of sale.
It's called cash out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so all you have to do is there's 3 machines in the restaurant. You print out your totals from them, and they're 3-digit and then 2 decimal additions. It's like long addition.
Yeah.
I just try and do it in my head to
Yeah.
see how close I can, like, see if if the numbers match up, then I'm like, obviously I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
And if they don't match up, then I double check with the calculator.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I can get it in my head.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
And it's
No,
like
it's-
just
that's
to
like a
stay
legitimate.
fresh.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like
So-
reading books.
But this isn't
I
staying
just-
fresh.
No, this is a bad sciatic.
This is staying old.
But then it's the same thing. Like, I
Do
just
you know how
I'm
filthy
like,
money is, though?
yeah, I know.
Put these in a Ziploc. Keep them somewhere safe. Don't keep them in your wallet.
Yeah.
If you're trying to keep these to save them for later,
And you know what
keep
else
them
is
somewhere
fucked
safe.
up? You have
Yo,
a
this
wallet
is
that's
so
big, that's that big, but then you keep your like essential debit cards in your phone case.
Well, I
Yeah,
just
what
got
the
that.
fuck?
That's what I'm saying. That was the point I was getting to. Is this is going away because I got the new case with the phone.
Just don't lose that
I
shit.
changed my whole life up. So now the phone has all the things in it.
So-
Costanza wallet's going away. This thing, dude,
do you
I
know how
gave
many,
in.
Do you know how many panic attacks you're gonna have when you leave this guy at home? Because you're gonna
Oh,
do the
dude.
pat, and you're gonna be like, "Holy
Oh
fuck,
shit!
where's my wallet?"
And they're like, "Oh,
I
my
know.
phone."
Yeah.
So does your phone have the like a little ours is Apple has the Apple Wallet? You don't even need to use your cards.
Dude, I don't know. I got it like 6 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
because
for
you
this
can get
thing.
rid of all your cards. You don't even need them.
Yeah, this whole thing. But I like them.
No, I get
There's
you.
over
I
a
feel
certain
ya.
amount you do need them
Yeah.
like if you're spending over $100
Yeah.
or shit. But
And like my ID.
how many fucking credit cards do you have?
I got
He's a
two-
comedian.
Two
He's got a
credit cards
couple.
and a debit card. I got a business
okay.
one and a personal one and then a debit card.
That makes sense.
So, but
It's like a new you.
yeah, this whole dude, it's amazing. I gave in. So I was so worried for I was one of those guys. I always wanted to hate like everything that like they always pushed on you, or like
Tap and all that stuff.
yeah, and like I'm like yeah, the government listening and like I
Dude.
fucking taxes
Yes.
or theft and
100%.
like dude, and then I like kind of realized like all of that's happening. And I was like, well, and what? I don't know.
What are they gonna do?
Like,
They're
yeah.
not interested in you. You're
I
not
know.
gonna be some CIA fucking
like-
rogue killer for them.
People start being like, yeah, man, but if you let them, like, they're going to do it. And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Like, I'm glad that you're living your whole life stressed out, so I don't have to. But, like, I'm just gonna be selfish on this
so
one.
your laptop at home, does it have a piece of tape over
No.
the webcam?
Dude,
You're
this
living the
thing,
free life.
this
I
thing
like it.
doesn't have a lock on it. Look at it. You just swipe into that. I
Yeah,
don't
mine
care.
doesn't have a lock. No, mine does have a lock.
Mine doesn't have
because
a
I use it as a
combo or
wallet.
fingerprint.
I lock mine because I use it as for paying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Once
that's the
I started using mine for paying,
I've-
I had to use.
But
Yeah.
I set up my emergency, so like if I lose it or something and someone finds me passed out on the road.
Did
it's
it
on
just come with the Yankees background, or was that the
No.
first thing you did? Was like, I'm gonna put a ball player behind
So,
there.
yo, I'm pretty sure the guy at the store was like, made an app.
Yeah.
And he like sold me on it pretty hard. But all he
It's like,
did,
yo, this phone is $45, but you get this free app that I made.
well, literally, he was like, he walked by and his buddy was like, oh yeah, tell him about it. And then I
Yo,
just,
tell him about
I
it.
just heard him on his bed, but oh yeah, tell him about it. And then it's like, okay. So
50.
he opens up like his phone. He's like, yeah, I just got one of these S10 too. And he's like, yo, you can go to this little app. And I'll tell you, if you have an S10, go to this app.
I can't believe you didn't get your Fortnite skin, but
Uh,
anyways.
Hidey Hole. It's called Hidey Hole.
Yeah,
and
that
basically,
sounds
Go
weird
on.
as shit.
basically what it does. So the biggest complaint with the Samsung Galaxy S10 is it's got this little ugly ass front camera it's a super good camera, but it makes this little black dot
Weird.
in the corner.
So it's in the
So it's
baseball
to
glove
hide,
now.
So it's to hide that. So it's specifically
Did you have
to
to pay
hide
for that
this thing.
app?
No, not at all. And Reddit has a whole form.
Yeah.
So all they do is like basically took
make
the Reddit form
wallpapers like that.
and we're like, here's wallpapers. Yeah, someone put it on Reddit. Like, here's wallpapers for the S10 that'll hide the thing in clever ways. And there's like little robots, so it looks like a
Is there
robot
anything
eye.
with naked ladies?
I didn't
That's just
see
like
any
a
yet.
weird place to put a vagina, though.
But yeah,
It's not a big
It's like
vagina.
right in the corner,
just a nipple.
right?
there. But yeah, it looks like Kano's catching the
Yeah.
little camera.
That's actually pretty smart. I like
So it was just the first sporty one that I saw before I came into your
Hidey
house.
hole.
Hidey hole.
So yeah, the guy sold me on, but that was again me just giving it. I was like, this guy probably is selling me on his app that he made while Freedom Mobile's paying him. But like,
Whatever. And
So
now
the
he's
fuck what?
watching
He
you
made
while you're
this
looking at
app.
You know
porn.
what's even better is the fact that his buddy came up and was like, yo, tell him about the app. Yo, tell
Well,
him.
no,
tell
it
him
was
about the
him,
app.
the guy selling me the phone. The
Yo,
other
tell him
dude,
about that podcast we're on. Tell him. Ivan, tell him about our podcast.
I do that all the time.
yeah, tell him about our podcast. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it was sick, but I was like, why not? I was like, this guy's working at Freedom Mobile. He's still, hey, Freedom, he just sold you a $1,200 phone. I'm locked in for another 2 years, an
Yeah.
extra like $50 a month.
Which is
like,
incredibly ironic. Freedom Mobile, you're locked in for another 2
Yeah.
years. You don't have Freedom for mobile because
No.
you have.
But also, I've
Anyways,
like given
feel
in to
free to
like,
use that in your new set.
thank you. Yeah, I've given in. I've given in, man. I was like, dude, I literally told the guy behind the counter, he was talking about this, and he's like, oh yeah, we can update like your thing. So he's like, this phone costs like this much a month, and your plan is this much a month. We give you this plan and this phone, so it ends up being like $10 more a month for your phone than you're paying right now. But
Can I ask why you don't have an Apple phone? Because you came from an LG. Is that a conscious thing, or did you just decide?
so he asked me, and he basically said I could put everything from this phone onto that, but I can't put
So
everything
it's-
from this phone onto an Apple.
We can.
But yeah, it would be
It'd
a
be-
hassle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just easier to get my old phone onto this phone.
It's a nice phone, dude. I respect
Yeah.
it. I respect it. I respect the new Alex.
So he was just like, yo, he's like, get this one. And I was like, I have to pay an extra like $10 and I'm locked in for 2 years. And then we'll do the whole thing again in about 48 months. And he was like, sounds good. And I was like, all right.
So what's the next big decision you're gonna make on this journey of transformation?
I don't know, man. I'm going to Colombia, so that's going to be fun.
Nice.
Can make sure you come back from Colombia.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I want.
no, my mom lives there, so I
Oh,
could just
wow.
stay forever if I want.
Sweet.
She owns a farm.
Really?
Yeah, she owns a milk farm. I have a cow. She gave me a cow for my birthday.
You're a bad core blonde
You
song
got a
now.
fucking cow?
Yeah, yeah.
That is fucking awesome.
Dude, so my mom's dope. She literally like wanted to retire. She was like, "Fuck the cold, fuck Canada.
Colombia.
I'm going out here." And then she had some friends who were Colombian who were like, "Well, we're gonna move back to Colombia." And she's like, "Well, it's not cold in Colombia. I'm moving to Colombia."
No shit.
And then they were like, "Hey, we might buy this farm." And she's like, "I'll pay for part of the farm." So she has this like 8-bedroom farmhouse
Yeah.
that like her and this couple are living in, and then they have a couple workers. And then like 2 days after my birthday, so like just passed a few weeks ago.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. They had a cow, and my mom sent me a picture, and she's like, his birth certificate is going to get sent your way. What do you want to name him?
That's
And so
amazing.
I have this cow
So you
named
have a-
Pedro.
That's amazing.
What does she farm?
She's a dairy farm.
Cocaine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cocaine.
That's what they do.
My
in Col-
brother,
I mean, like
Cocaine and
Colombia.
coffee.
and
Cocaine
my
and
brother
coffee.
keeps fucking with her.
submarines.
Yeah, you know, an older white woman in Colombia is definitely not going to stand out.
In a fucking 8-room farmhouse.
Yeah.
Not going
So
to stand out at all.
yeah.
Things are adding up, Alex. Things are
Oh,
adding
dude,
up.
she's so funny.
You have a cow now, sir.
She's got a dairy farm, and me and my brother are like, oh yeah, the white stuff from Colombia. I get it.
You know, technically, you
Mom's the
have
word.
you have a cow brother now.
Yeah.
Or a cow son.
Cow son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
No,
his
you
birth
have a cow
certificate.
daughter.
No, it's
It would be
it's a bull.
Oh, you have a bull.
Yeah,
There you go. You're not getting milk from that thing.
No.
No.
I
Just
mean-
hopefully
You have a
strong
stud.
semen.
I was just
Hold
gonna
the
say you can
family
make some
name.
money off of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go run with him when I'm down there. Get him all juiced up. I'm gonna bring some roids down.
I don't think you have to bring any with you.
No,
you
we'll
could
just go down
probably
the
find
corner.
some. You could probably
Just
find
juice 'em
some.
up.
It is Colombia.
So when do you go to Colombia?
We're leaving May. Well, we're going to Costa Rica. Yo, that's crazy. It's cheaper to fly to Costa Rica and then, in Costa Rica, buy a round trip to Colombia.
Yeah.
And then fly back from Costa Rica.
Really?
Than to just fly from Edmonton to Colombia.
I could see that. Isn't Colombia an island?
So I don't
I gotta
know.
watch Narcos. I feel
Not
like I know.
really.
You should watch Narcos before you go, so you're all like caught up on Colombia.
Yeah, I should. That's how you
Yeah.
get caught up on current day Colombia.
Yeah.
No,
80s
Colombia's not
Colombia.
an island.
No,
No.
No,
I don't
No,
think
it's
you
part
know
of
that
South
for
America.
Yeah.
South America.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like
Makes
on the
sense.
other side. So like the
Cuba's an island.
Panama.
Yeah.
Panama comes down like
Panama Canal.
yeah, and Costa Rica's like right there,
Okay.
and then where it gets big again, that's where Colombia
Yeah.
is.
Gotcha.
It's on the very bottom.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, we're doing that, and then I don't know, it's gonna be sick. We're going
When are you back?
mid-May, so we're just going for 2 weeks.
Okay. You come on after, because I want to hear about your Colombian
And your,
experience.
I want to hear about your bull.
Cow.
Yeah.
Pedro.
Can you take a photo of you and Pedro?
Yeah, man. My mom's been sending me like voice clips of him like mooing and like
That's
pictures
awesome.
of shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's pretty cool. My brother's so funny though. My brother this week. What day is it? The 25th.
6.
Today's the 25th.
In 2 days, my brother gets his PhD, and
In what?
chemistry.
Nice.
Can he make me LSD?
Well, he kept telling my mom, he's like, Mom, I'm the Walter White of cocaine. Let's do it. He's like, I literally have a PhD in making pure cocaine. Let's go.
Dude, and you can bring it back to Canada as bagged milk or powdered milk.
Exactly.
Condensed milk. Condensed milk from Colombia. Oh my goodness. I want in on this on the ground floor.
This is, we
LSD.
should, now that we have this on the internet, there is no chance we could ever get away with that.
You're gonna get
I'm
fucking
getting
pulled
flagged.
over.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I'm getting flagged.
You are,
for
or
damn
the
sure.
other Alex Fortin on Spotify. His music career is fucked.
Guys going on a
Or it's
South
gonna go through
American
the
tour.
roof. Fuck.
Well, Alex, I want to say thanks for coming on the show again.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
Been a fucking blast. If you haven't listened to Talking Reckless, go do it, because I'm going to listen to it on the way home, because I'm an asshole. I want to say something, and it's go to conceptbeardco.com. Use the promo code AWESOME at checkout to save how much, Ivan?
10%.
Holy fucking shit, that's 10%. You can take that money and give it to a comedian. Give it to
Yeah.
him in change, because I know Alex would appreciate that.
Got lots of change.
He
Got
would.
it.
He
I
would.
need it.
Conceptbeardco.com. Put it in your beard. .com.
.com.
Yeah,
It's .com.
Concept beard, go put it in your beard. Whatever, who cares? He's not paying us money. Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
ConceptBeardco.com. Put it in your beard. Alex, thanks again for coming.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Plug anything and everything. Talking Reckless on anywhere you can listen to comedy albums.
Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that jazz. Go to
If you-
Talking.
If you're working at Sirius and you're pulling things off Sound Exchange, make sure you pull off that file.
Yeah.
Talking Reckless.
I'm submitting it. I have to fill out some U.S. tax forms, but it'll be there.
Fair enough.
Go to comedyaf.com to just kind of follow my Instagram. Everything's on there. My Instagram is AF Comedian. My Twitter is AF Comedian, but who uses Twitter? It's 2019. Grow up.
Nobody really uses Twitter, or fair
Yeah,
enough.
It's all Insta now. Instagram stories and Snapchat.
Yeah.
My Snapchat sucks. It's the Fortin. That was my old one before I had any kind of business sense, and I thought it's the Fortin was something people would be able to find on the
Makes
internet.
sense. It's the Fortin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was tough. I was 21 and I had
That's
no
okay.
idea what I was doing.
Send
so,
dick pics to It's the Fortin.
Yeah, do it. Do that.
You're welcome.
Yes, do that. Also, do I have any shows? Oh yeah, I'm at Yuck Yucks in Edmonton. These next 2 weekends.
Awesome.
Yeah.
8 p.m. start.
7:30 on Friday and 7:30 and 10 on Saturday.
Awesome.
So that's the 29th and the 30th, and then also April 5th and 6th.
Where is Yuck Yucks out of now?
Century Casino on the north side.
Be there.
Yeah, so I'm hosting those shows. It's gonna be badass. I'm gonna
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, thanks again for coming on. And no, seriously, when you get back from Colombia, I want to hear all about that. So
cool,
I'm
absolutely.
booking you now.
Yeah, I'll And if you guys, want, I can bring my girlfriend on. She can tell you how annoying I was on the trip.
Sure. You
Hell
can
yeah.
bring whoever the fuck you want. You're a half decent person.
Cool.
If they're friends with you, they're probably okay.
Sweet.
If not, we'll just turn their mic off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm entertaining enough for the two of us.
Well, I had a whole show here and we didn't need it, so there we go. Hey, I'm Alec.
Jim Appel Ivan.
I'm Alex Fortin.
Stay awesome.
That was another episode of The Awesome Hour. You can get all our info at theawesomehour.com. Don't forget to rate and review us, follow our social media, and leave a comment below. Stay awesome.